Hello, hello, hello. Welcome now, Stock Trades. In this video, this is going to be one of my most important videos for Clover Health. Now, before I spill the beans, because these are great beans, these beans are the most bullish beans that you can see within Clover, I have something that I would like to express to you and share with you. And it all starts with sentiment such as this. Stop with the being positive. I think many of us are sick from all the BS YouTubers have fed us, from Trey to Al Boston. We need a rebellion. I give you the platform to voice your concern and opinion. But in this video, there is something that you all need to learn that has to deal with Clover Health ascending to a positive free cash flow value in the most recent trend line analysis that we just did. So I want you to go ahead, share this video, because this video I'm going to break down and I'm going to show you data that unfortunately nobody in Wall Street has talked about. I'm going to show you data that no one in the whole United States and the whole world has talked about, because it's very simple. It's very simple and it's very organized. They want retail investors to become complacent. They want them to be filled of an anxiety, denial, panic, anger, and all of the BS that people feel. What's interesting is, as soon as I posted this bullish news, someone said, "You spelled bullshit wrong," right? Or I LOL'd, right? Now I want to tell you something, a little bit about life, okay? If you want to be successful, you have to fight, okay? You have to fight. Now, I'm only speaking about my sex. I can't speak about the opposite sex, right? Or people that don't identify as any sex, right? Or any gender, right? But if you want to be a man, you want to be king, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to be strong and fight. If you want to be wealthy, there is no shortcuts to success. Why do you think there's so many average people? In the stock market, you have a bunch of goats, a bunch of lamb and sheep that literally meh around, but you got one king. You want to be the king? You have to understand fundamental analysis. You have to understand that when they want you to feel like shit, that is when you start averaging down. That's when you start being greedy. When there's blood on the street, that's when you eat, and that's when you get your meat. That is when you eat. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to share with you right now is data, unfortunately, many folks have not shared. I'm going to tell you data, unfortunately, that I'm surprised that we live in an information-driven world that this is not circulated yet. So I went ahead, and it takes me some time to do my trend line analysis, as it takes time for my proprietary brain machine model to import the data. As you can see here, we have revenue, EBITDA, EBITDA ratio, EPS, net income, net cash operating activities, CapEx, and free cash flow. This is for Clover Health. This is from 2019 of Q4. Yes, they weren't on the market then, but we have their data. All the way to 2022 of September of Q3, right here. And let's go down. What is this here? What is this? What is this? That is $101 million. Okay. Let's go back up. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see. Okay. This right here, let me zoom out a little more. There's a lot of data to capture all in here. This is free cash flow. This is free cash flow. Okay. This is Q3. Clover Health just became free cash flow positive in Q3. Now, before you get too excited, this is just a quarter free cash flow. This is not a whole year. of free cash flow. Many analysts come late to the game and they say, we're going to go ahead and wait to see if this is consistent. Just like, when Dr. Fauci says, we are cautiously optimistic, but overall, we're headed to a trend. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take all this data and I'm going to share with you in a PowerPoint graph presentation. This is free cash flow. And as you can see, we just broke the trend line analysis that we depicted for Clover. Okay? We broke. In the beginning, they were on the right track. Then they decided to do more than what they can eat. They started to activate it's going to be called ACO for Clover. They started to ramp up the revenue growth to over 100%, burning cash left and right, proving that they are a growth company and they can grow. And now they're slowly starting to wind down the most expensive cash burn that they have. And we're starting to see positive free cash flow. Likewise, net income. We just broke the positive trend line for net income, which means that we're headed in the right direction. We're still not positive yet on the net income, but we are positive on the free cash flow. Now, for net cash from operating activities, we have soared. Why? Because we get net cash from operating activities subtracted from capital expenditures, property, plants, and equipment, which equates to free cash flow. You don't know that? Go learn. Go educate yourself. Okay? Because a lot of those folks that you're talking about don't know nothing about fundamentals. They just basically read tea leaves off of a sign, which I guess is part of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But when you look at actual numbers and fundamentals, I'm not talking about PE ratios and all this bullshit that a lot of YouTubers like to spin to you. I'm talking about real hardcore analysis that hedge funds use that unfortunately is not taught in the educational system in the United States. Okay? And in terms of capital expenditures, we just broke the trend line down. Now you might say, no, down is bad. No, down is good. These are capital expenditures, which basically tells me that Clover Health is now going to stop spending money like crazy. Their expenditures are going to start winding down because they want to have more money in the business. And then EBITDA ratio, we are slowly trending up to that. You see that line right there? You see that line right there? That's 0%. We're trending above that line. And what did President Andrew Toy said, and now will be soon in the next couple of days, I'm honestly counting here, they're going to be EBITDA positive soon, and that is their priority. Now, why am I yelling, right? Like, why am I yelling? Because there's so much blood on the street, and whenever there's blood on the street, I get excited. It's like a lion salivating and wanting to eat meat. For all those people that sold their shares, thank you. Thank you. You are the reason why people like us make money. And I hope that one day retail investors will wake up. And I hope that this channel, this platform helps retail investors thrive and battle Wall Street, which has won for thousands of years, not thousands of years, but hundreds of years. But honestly, people like Wall Street, right? The haves and have-nots of our society, right? The bourgeoisie and the proletariats that extend beyond Karl Marx's time have always won. But it's always the little folks that don't win, because you know why? They try to pin the little folks against each other, right? So, in conclusion, we'll be watching this progression as this company goes to becoming free cash flow positive. And I do what I do best, finding companies that are bangers. For all the people that have supported our channel, thank you. There's one thing I want to add. Just a couple days ago, not even yesterday, Chamath Palihapitiya at the All In podcast literally deleted one of my videos. And if you don't believe me, I have proof of it right here. Jason, who's the owner of the All In podcast, literally deleted my video. And you know what's funny? This is what the title of the video was. Why did Chamath Palihapitiya sell some Clover Health stock? right? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Stick to numbers. Don't stick to the stock price. Stock price does not equal the business. The business and stock price do not equal. The business equals to the fundamentals. Read The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Read Security Analysis by Benjamin Graham. Educate yourself. If you want to win, if you want to be a king and not a pawn or not a goat or a lamb, then you have to learn how to think and strategize and how to add more gray matter in your brain. The beautiful part about chess is that there are so many pawns. They're dispensable, but there's only one king. Every other chess piece can be reignited. A pawn can turn into a queen, but a pawn cannot turn into a king. There's a story in chess. It's the epitome of life. And if you want to win, then I highly suggest you learn and educate yourself. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and please share this damn video. Likewise, we have our New Year's sale. There'll be a link down below for everyone who's interested in wanting to change their lives. I'll see you on the next one.